Today we're going to start in a seated position, so you might like to stand the legs out in front and just pull a bit of flesh away from your sit bones. You might just become aware of the sit bones, just shift your weight from side to side. And we're going to start today just by extending the arms out. Try not to reach forward. We want our spine to be long and tall. And just get a sense for where you are, how close to the toes you might be. Curl the toes in a little. Feel the back of the legs switch on. All right, we're going to turn our palms up and just start to press into the heels and press into the back of the calves as we roll back. Notice if you're inviting any tension into your cheeks or jaw. And then when you're ready, slowly float back up. Come up as tall as you can. Take a new breath. And then rolling back. And just let your body ease into this kind of pattern. When the new breath comes, we come up tall. And then we sigh out. You might like to bring your awareness back to the sit bones. Not necessarily trying to get to the ground, we're just exploring what our body will allow us to do. Maybe you come down all the way, maybe not, but keep your heels heavy to the ground. Keep your chin tucked in. And every time you need a new breath, come up tall. If life gets too serious, take a little cheeky grin. So we're just warming up these core abdominal muscles that we'll be using all day today in our practice. Keep your arms heavy, shoulders heavy. Sighing out as we roll back. And then new breath as we come up tall. All right, let's do one more. Muscles are starting to wake up for the day. Next time you come up, you might like to just extend the arms. Notice if you're a little closer to the toes, maybe not. Let's take our arms out wide, and we're going to reach across now, maybe to the outside of the opposite foot. Spine stays as straight as you can manage. Allow that opening feeling underneath your arms and the ribs. We're starting to work into our intercostals and our QL muscle. Heels stay heavy on the ground. And we'll do maybe 4 more. And let's give our legs a little rest. Open them out. This time we'll take our legs out wide. Everyone looks different in this shape. Just let your body come to whatever range of movement you might have. And just coming up tall, new breath again. This time just patting the hands forward. Keep that spine straight. We'll come up tall, take a breath, and then roll forward again. So get a sense for hips. Strong sensation in the hip joint. That point where our femur bone meets the pelvis at the greater trochanter. And as we put a bit of stress on this, we'll be just releasing the fluid that we need to feel hydrated, maybe a little less stiff. All right, let's come up tall. We'll take a new breath. And just like before, pressing into the calves and the heels as we roll back. Keep the legs heavy. When you need a new breath, come up tall. And then sigh out. Shoulders heavy, elbows heavy. And then just rolling and listening to the breath. So you probably notice we're working a lot on our adductors, muscles on the inside of our legs and our hips, as well as these core abdominal muscles that help pull us forward. Let's do two more. Okay, just like before, as we come up, we're going to just keep going. Reach across, come out, and then reach across. Use your breath. Maybe you'll sink a little deeper. Take a break if you need to, anytime. Let's do four more. And you might like to open out again. And before we do anything else, let's just extend the legs and just reach our arms forward. Just notice where they end. Maybe a little closer to the toes, maybe not. All right, we're going to come back into our wide leg position. Walk the hands forward. This time we're just going to walk over to bring our nose towards the knee. And then all the way across. And then we're going to go back. And we're going to go across. So we're starting to find a kind of circular movement. Arms stay heavy, sit bones, heels, calves stay heavy. Let your body just explore. You might change direction. obvious, but all right. All right, we'll come back through the center. Let's lift the knees again, opening out. Something is shifting in my hip joints, you might be saying to yourself. Okay, let's get a little more creative with our movements now. Let's come into a zigzag shape, external rotation, internal rotation. See if you can do this without using your arms. So we might cross our arms on our chest, keep our spine straight. We're going to lift the knees, come all the way across. Spine stays as straight as it can. Keep going side to side. Hips are probably saying, I didn't sign up for this today. Maybe, maybe not. You'll probably be coming a little closer to the screen. That's okay. And when you're ready, let's reset. Okay. Notice any new fluidity. Okay, let's do a little bit of extension of that last one. This time we're going to open, start in the same space. Make sure you've got a bit of room behind you, and ideally soft floor, not too hard a floor. Probably should have said that first. Put out a blanket or something if you can. We're going to drop our body towards the leg, and then just roll onto the shoulder, roll onto the back, and just let your knees swap sides. And then we're going to roll onto the shoulder, onto the belly, bring our chest right up to the leg, and then come up. And we're going to see if we can do that movement without pushing our hands or our shoulders into the ground. So this time we're going to lift our arms up, take our body down, roll onto the shoulder, onto the back, switch our knees to the other side. Now, this is where it gets tricky. You've got to use your core abdominals to bring your chest towards your knees and then come up. So, very tending to press into the ground. See if you can ignore that thing that our body does. So, arms are just spaghetti. Take our legs over. Pull our chest towards the legs. Maybe you get stuck. All right. Let go of the upper body. Let go of the head's need to be in control. Draw the chest towards the legs. All right, let's get a little more dynamic with it. Let's see if we can keep our arms mostly out of it. You'll need to press your legs into the ground, press your feet into the ground. Just notice what muscles you're using. And let's come back and open the legs again. All right, we're going to come onto our back all the way down and we'll come into our sleeping tiger position. Arms up, raised above the shoulders, flex the wrists, drop the shoulders down so your back is wide. And we'll stack our knees over our hips, draw the thighs towards each other, flex the feet. Let's just maybe do a little warm up for ankles, for wrists. And just start to become aware of your spine. You might need to tuck your tailbone under to really flatten that spine to the ground. And we're just going to take a few breaths here. So we're working our deep core abdominals, even though we're entirely still. And if you don't believe me, just bring your hands down to your muscles underneath the belly button. You'll feel them switch on. Keep breathing. So essentially, we don't really need to do anything here. We could just stay in the same position and we'd be doing a pretty great Pilates class. But let's explore this one a little bit. We're going to see if we can keep our spine really neutral and just roll, open one arm and one leg out to the side. Just one arm and one leg, keep opening them until the weight of that starts to invite your body to roll over to the side. Slower you go, the better. And then we're going to lift the opposite arm and leg to take us back. Take your time until the weight of the arm and leg draw us back onto our spine. And we'll do the other side in the same way, opening, feeling the weight, letting the body open. And then opposite arm and leg takes us back. Keep your head on the ground. Notice if you're like lifting your head or straining your neck or your jaw, upper body is heavy. Okay, next time we come over, we're going to reach the arm across. Let's go a little further. So when we come down, we're going to reach as far as we can. And then rolling back. A little bit more dynamic. Keep the same sense of momentum as we topple out, open out. Reach the top arm across. Keep the head heavy. This time we're going to reach the arm above the head. Reach it up, reach it up. And then rolling back. And opening. We're going to reach the top arm above as far as we can. And then rolling back. Let's do some leg and arm this time. So top leg and arm, reach out, kick out. Next time we come out, we're going to roll onto our elbow. Take your elbow down to the ground, and now we'll reach out even further. And then we take our elbow down to the ground, push into the elbow, reach out even further. Next time you come back through the middle, we'll draw the knees into the chest, little hug, little wobble side to side. And we'll do a few bicycle wheels here. You might like to just bring the arms down by the side. Spine stays flat. Breathe into the back of your ribs. So let your legs be heavy. Let your legs do the work. If you need a rest, take a rest at any time. If you'd like to join me, we might take our legs straight up. And then just slowly let the legs be heavier. Keep the back on the ground. Keep breathing. And you might bring the legs back up with the new breath. And then slowly coming down. And maybe one more time. We get all the way down to the ground and let it go. Let's invite a little twist into the body. Take our arms out wide, knee towards the chest. Just let the leg be heavy, spine heavy. When you're ready, roll that knee across. Use your breath. Keep the shoulders as heavy as you can. Letting go. And then we'll extend the leg. Roll back onto the spine. Opposite knee comes to the chest. Flatten that back. Breathe into the ribs. When you're ready, roll the knee over. Opposite shoulder stays heavy. Let's do one more each side. And we'll roll back onto our spine. We'll take some angel wings. And from here, we're going to end with our arms above the head. We'll reach up, take a breath as we roll up one vertebrae at a time, press into the legs just like we did at the start. Hopefully coming up to sit, take a breath, and then rolling back. Let's come all the way down. We're going to extend a little further than we did at the start. Take a breath in, reach up, curl up. One vertebrae at a time. Keep those legs heavy. Sighing out to roll back. Find a pattern with your own breath. Don't have to follow me. Keep pressing down through the legs, through the feet. Keep smiling. Keep breathing. You might like to join me taking the legs up and over the body. And then extending and rolling it up and coming up. One vertebrae at a time. Slow down the movement of your legs if you can. Curl the body up. Notice how much harder it is when you don't use that rolling momentum. And the last one. And we'll roll everything down. Let's take some more angel wings. And you might like to do a roll onto your belly. Just bring the arms overhead. Use your hip to roll your body over. You might like to take some angel wings on your belly. Lifting the legs, thighs together, feet together. And drawing the arms into the body. Let's take 2 more breaths here. Try and take your shoulders away from the ears. And when you're ready, hands under the shoulders, just pressing ourselves up, baby cobra. And down. You might like to go a little deeper. Take the hands higher, straightening the arms. Maybe one more time. Let's press ourselves up. We'll come into all fours. And then maybe drop tailbone down. Might like to take the knees wide. Sinking, reaching. Let's go even deeper. Let's take our knees wider. Bring the hips forward. Maybe draw the feet together. We're in a bit of a frog shape. You might like to move between those two. Tailbone to heels. Roll the hips forward. So let your upper body be heavy. And then we'll bring hands under the shoulders, press ourselves back up into all fours. And we're going to come back to seated position, finishing where we started. And one last time, we're just going to extend the legs, come up tall, extend the arms. Just notice where you get to, maybe a little closer, maybe not. And then we'll just finish in a seated position. You might like to just listen to the body, notice flow of energy, especially through hips, especially through those parts that we really worked into today. Let's bring our hands together. And as always, hands to heart center, moment to acknowledge our practice. And then we'll bow to each other.